Yeah, buddies, going live. I do some lives on Twitter, but all of my followers over there, for the most part, are all like bots and fucking porn bots. I don't know. They're all bots. They're not even like real people. I don't get what it is. I'm constantly being followed by bots, and I guess that's a way to just drag my whole shit down from the beginning, I guess, before I can even get running. But I got like 200 and something followers, almost as many people as I'm following, but I'd say most of them are bots. There are some real people in there, but not like over here, so still working on that space. Oh, my motherfucking back, dude. Damn. Jeez. Take another shot. Got my flag hanging upside down. I never have an American flag, because if I do, it's going to be hanging upside down. You know, like that's really just my thing, is never have an American flag, because if I do, that bitch is hanging upside down, because it ain't nothing new, you know. I'm gonna probably do like I always do, cover a whole bunch of points, piss a whole bunch of people off. I don't really give a fuck, because I don't have to give a fuck about motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Um, I don't know where I was going with this, but I know a couple things I wanted to touch on. The fools that like hang out, like try to be on the outside, like pretend they're like not Democrats, but they don't like Trump, or you know, and they're still like trying to remain in the circles of people on the right, and it's like some fucking cool hip thing that they don't like Trump. You know, my problem with Trump, for two things. First thing, I was on and with Trump since the fucking beginning. Since he was making fun of Rand Paul and all the mother fools when they were on stage. Like before that, like I was with Trump since motherfucking day one. I've been to one of the very, you know, early year rallies, had my hat, all that shit. So nobody can't tell me that I don't like Trump. My whole thing is, I feel like if somebody's very real, what up, Jared on the loose? I feel like if somebody's really real, like clear the whole motherfucker out. You're the president, right? There's basically nothing that is congressional that needs to be congressionally approved. All the bureaucracies, that's the executive branch, right? So therefore, you have the ability to cut the head off the whole snake and take that chance. You know, they try to scare you. If you didn't have tax money, you wouldn't have roads, right? If you didn't have CIA and FBI, we would just get blown up and we'd just be this vulnerable people. And it's just nonsense, you know? It's just not true. And so my whole thing, my whole beef with him, and it wasn't to be cool or hip or anything, or try to be like one of these people that purposely be on the outside and not like anybody for every reason. That's not my thing. My criticism was legit, and like, you're in there, dude, you got to know how deep it is. If you're truly an outsider, you're truly, you know, who you say you are, you got to know, even going in there, you can't be like, I got there and then I found out how bad it was. No. And maybe that's just for people like us, like we just know, like it's bad, 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 bad. So now they'll just do two things. The government will do two things to you. They'll put child porn on your shit, on your computer, on your phone or whatever, arrest you, throw you in prison, and the fucking people in prison will deal with you, kill you because you've been thrown in there for child porn, right? That's number one. Or number two, they can no knock warrant your ass at 4 o'clock in the morning in the pitch black, cover up your doorbell, all that kind of stuff, and murder you in front of your wife. You know, so like either way ends with this extreme violence by big factions of American government. And so you got to know how that is going in there. You got to know. And so how do you save the American people? Kill the bureaucracy, kill the government. That's what you would do. You would go in there, you'd be president, and you'd be like, on day one, you'd be like, yo, I know this shit's gonna hurt. I know a whole bunch of people are gonna be mad that got jobs that ain't gonna have jobs. I frankly don't give a fuck, but you know, the people that are being prosecuted and litigated and all this, that's all we are, as slaves that they put us in court to show us some kangaroo sense of a fucking court, right? And make us feel like we're free citizens, but all it is monkey work, sending you through the system so they can make fucking money, turn you into a slave, and then send you off to the slave camp. And that's real life. That's not conspiracy. You know what I mean? People that go into the system become institutionalized and they come out worse people. Number one. Number two, you know, you delegitimize them from human, regular human activities. It's basically a social credit score. And I'm not saying fucking, I'm not sticking up for criminals, but what I'm saying is the people of the masses that get sent to jails and prisons are fucking regular, everyday folks. You know, the population of murderers and rapists and child predators and stuff like that is a portion of the population, but that portion is not reflected in the prisons because that's not who they lock up. You know, that's just not. So I'm just spitting motherfucking facts here. Do it. And so, oh, I know why I was gonna do a chat yesterday because I was just gonna say, man, the Wall, Pink Floyd's The Wall is probably, and I'm talking about, I got all types of genres of music. I got all types of albums that I say are the greatest albums of all time in their respective genres. But man, that damn Pink Floyd's The Wall, and I'm such a heavy Pink Floyd fan, it's fucking stupid. There was a point in life there where I went through the Pink Floyd phase that was like years, and Pink Floyd was already come and gone. There's only a couple of them left. Of course, they're communists. But like the Aussie Pink Floyd, I think it was, the Australian Pink Floyd was like seeing Pink Floyd basically with all the lasers and all that shit. I went to that shit. I would say, like, you know, it'd been great to see them before this whole activist time, but it's sad to see whoever's left. I think it's Roger Waters is left and one other's left. And they're commies, but that's everybody. But that's besides the point. That has nothing to do with what I'm trying to say. But the Wall transcends like just all the boundaries. It's so called for. And you know, like the movie The Wall, if you've seen the movie The Wall, I don't know, man. I relate The Wall to 1984. You know, like when people were actually, when they were talking about the system or whatever, they were actually being legitimate and talking about, you know, the government. That's what they were talking about. Now, all musicians, all entertainers, they're all entertainers, whether it's a football star, an actor, whoever you pick your poison. Those people are all entertainers. They're fucking court jesters, and they're sent out there to keep you retarded. And so with them, you know, they go out there and they're for sale. They have no real backbones. They're all liars. There's no good ones. And so, of course, they're going to come out and be commies now because I'm guessing they either have dirt on those folks or they're paying them folks. Just like De Niro coming out the other day. I'm wrapping everything 360 degree. Trust me, don't lose me here. Everybody could disagree with me. I know there's probably an album out there somebody will say, nah, this one's more representative against. But The Wall is like, at the time, so ahead of its time. I relate it with 1984 because of the movie The Wall that goes along with it. It's like The Wall, all Pink Floyd's music, sure, we can say that. But I'm talking about this one specific instance in time. The Wall is so dystopian and happy at the same time. Like, you could really use it to start out your day and go through your whole day, you know. And it's just so, it's crazy. The other Pink Floyd albums are good. There's other albums by other bands that are good. They're great, legendary of their time. But what I'm talking about right now, in the sense of where we are right now, this fucking country sucks, dude. We're done for. And every little pinprick is a more done for. But that shit yesterday was bullshit. And we're living in this time right now where, you know, I tell you this. God has to be in control, right? And I always said that. But how long does it, and good wins in the end, right? But how long does it take to get there? How bad does it get first before we start to get better? Before good starts to conquer evil once again? Before fucking good people stand up against bad people? Because these fools right here, it's optimistic in a way you could think. They're in the death throes of their power. They're so desperate that they will blatantly go out and do whatever it takes to stay in power. And I'll come back over to Trump here in a second, but they're so desperate to stay in power that they will do fucking whatever. They will murder every little small citizen. They'll murder or set up or extort every big group. You know what I mean? They will brainwash and Manchurian candidate every large movement. They will plant fed seeds everywhere and informants into everything. Yes. But somehow, bros and sisters, they're still fucking losing. So, you know, I mean, it's a fucking crazy time to be alive right now. And there's so many high points if you think about it, because I don't know about you, but I'm digging in, man. Got the land, right? Come out here, start over, have another baby, try to build a house, try to build a life, try to make my way in life from the fucking dirt, from the ashes, from nothing was here. Doing that. I'm not buying some pre-bought shit and I'm not moving to some fucking whack ass maybe. You know, I moved to a fucking awesome, beautiful place where you could really thrive. And, you know, that is the ups. That is the optimistic shit for the future. And there's so many people just like me because I watch people and that's where I get my inspiration. You know, like people could say, Tony, you don't even have an original brain in your or original thought in your brain, and I'm cool with that, fine. But you know what I do? I watch people around me. That's all I've been doing my whole life. That's why I did bad shit when I was younger, because I was in the city and I watched bad people doing bad shit, and I emulated that, you know, and I used that and I honed that and I did things and was fucking part of shit society like the cities are. But then come out to hillbilly country and watch the real geniuses, the real backbone of America, the real hardworking, uh, you know, I can't think of the word. It's that deal where, you know, you're welcome. You probably only get a couple chances, but after that you're fucked. So make good of them. And it's good, man. And I watch people and I watch what they're doing. Motherfuckers get by. You can't do everything. You cannot rectify every situation in your life. You cannot make everything so fucking perfect. Now, if you could do it with your hands and you can work at it at time, then sure. You know, you can make those things perfect, whatever it is, your land, your home, your marriage. Um, I just don't give a fuck no more. I see the shit yesterday and it's so pitiful. It's the most disgusting. It's one of the most disgusting things. I really was been listening and waiting and thinking, no way, one person holds out. But in my head, I know, you know, and maybe that was Trump's fatal mistake in the whole sense, is he went in there thinking there was a couple good people and didn't brace himself for no. There is no good people over there. There is nothing good. And if you can't rally the states, these states are just gonna break up. That's what's gonna happen. What do they call that? Balkanization or something, right? These states are gonna break up because people are not, they can't. It's too much land to dictate by dictators and tyrants. It just is. With too many people, with too many guns, dug in too many hills, and they never won anywhere, right? The modern US military has never won anywhere. So they've went to these third world countries where they had moderate amount of firearms and weaponry, right? And then was supplied by some side, right, to up their shit a little bit. And American forces haven't won anywhere. Anywhere, nowhere in the modern era. And they have not, you know, nothing. Not one. People argue kill ratios and all this, and fine, sure, you're a sick fuck, but um all I'm saying is there's no way this sticks together. I mean, if everybody wants it to stick together, it is what it is. If we stick together, then we somehow collectively. And I seen the Trump rally in the Bronx, and I thought to myself, "What up, DB? What up, Don't Tread?" I saw the Trump in the Bronx. That was encouraging. I get it. People and Americans are fucking fed the fuck up, and we can all collectively rally around. This is not okay. So, the wall. It's just, to me, maybe I interpret it bad. Maybe I'm all bad, but what I've always got out of it for as long as I listen to Pink Floyd, but no time more relevant than right now. We are in 1984. Do you motherfuckers understand that? I know people don't like to read, right? I have the book and I watch the movie, right? So if you have that short attention span and you cannot sit down and read a good old book and paint those pictures in your head, then you have to watch the movie 1984, and it'll just give you basically the same visual, the gist of the book. A book's always going to be more descriptive, but probably longer, but obviously. But 1984, fucking The Wall, all these fools end up becoming communists is ironic as fuck, right? Dos Equis, Amber. So, I don't know. I was gonna jump on here and talk about a bunch of shit, but it's just, it is what it is, man. I would only like to go forward, and everything I do is to preach, is that dudes have to step up. Dudes, you, we have to step up. We have to be with good women, with good intentions and good value systems, and make good kids, right? Good, patriotic, American-loving kids. Because there ain't nothing, man, there ain't nothing outside this. There's nothing. I mean, if we succeed and somehow still hold on to some semblance of our freedoms we have now, I'd hate to shake them dice and wonder, a lot of people like a lot more tyranny than I like to have, so it's crunch time. I gotta trim some stuff here while I'm on here. Yeah. Trim my little window garden on my pad here. What is lavender? What is this, lavender? This shit's growing out. I got lemongrass. Try to cut this lemongrass, keep it. And I think when you cut it, it like kind of releases that smell in it. This is all just for the bugs. Lavender. Let's see. Rosemary, lemongrass, lavender. And I got another thing of lavender going. And then I got spider webs is crazy, these fools. Arkansas has the just perfect balance of snakes and spiders, so it's not too crazy out here. I'm even gonna cut some of this lavender. It's hanging outside the planter, man. Got OCD. There we go. Oh man, shit smells good. Fresh lavender. Oh man. See if the chickens like it. I got a gang of chickens now, man. I need to eat one or two for sure. This is like the quickness they're going through with food, and I don't think they like that lavender. The quickness they're going through with food and water, and the chicken shit's a lot tougher to keep up with. But that's a lot of eggs too. That'd be like 8 eggs. Greasy, grimy Gopher diqs. Yep, JJ. Aesop Rock. How's it going, bro? What happened to my song here? Yeah, man. So, what am I doing out here? I'm just talking about all types of shit, but yesterday's a travesty. The people that are trying to act cool and hang out on the outside and like not be communist, but are pretend to be some type of republic-loving people that are bagging on Trump right now is like, man, I don't know, man. Culture's gay now. America's gay now. It's just the way that what people think is cool. Me and my wife were discussing it last night. Check this fucking garlic out, yo. Let's see here. Look at this garlic. This garlic right here, I'm 5'8", basically. This is 5 feet right here. Whatever the fuck those are. Fucking gopher dicks right here. These fucking garlic gopher dicks here. Woo! That's what those are. And look at these blackberries. They're not ready yet, but man, I can't wait. I'm ready to eat them now. I'm ready to eat a red one. I ripped a bunch of shit out here. Look at what happened to the what is this? Cauliflower. So that cauliflower is gone. They're not on. It's these moth worms, moth caterpillars, whatever. Still haven't put no chemical. I just let them eat up the cauliflower. So these beds like this are they're tough to manage. Like when you pack them full of shit. But I've done it for like the last 3 years and been pretty successful. But them little fucking worms, they'll pick something like cauliflower. So I'm hoping they don't move on to something after this. Maybe they will, and maybe then I'll use 7 dust or something like that, but we'll see. I'm not tripping. Everything else is fucking flourishing. Strawberries, looks like they're about to start popping some strawberries. Tomatoes, this is all tomatoes right here. This is all tomatoes right here, and then we got potatoes in here. Check these out. I gotta do a chat in the morning. But these fucking, I think these are morning glories right here. These purple flowers, they bloom right here. I had to do some stuff for the wife, you know. You gotta keep morale up. She just had a baby, so these morning glories right here, they pop open in the most beautiful violet flower you've ever seen. It's fucking crazy, yo. And so these are nice. I was like, I've been telling her you gotta go see them, but this is what they do kind of in the daytime, I guess. But in the morning, they pop open and they're so sick. It's crazy. I'll try to use this as a thumbnail. I think I took a picture. But those are twisted up in these potatoes. I ripped a bunch of potatoes out of here because they were just taking over. They were out of fucking control. So a bunch of potatoes got ripped out of here. That's all mint. It's doing its thing. More flowers for the wife. What else I got? I know we got a lot this year. And I was doing microgreens inside. So like thick spinach almost like inside I was doing. And then we got some aphids somehow. And they were on everything. So bugs out in Arkansas are bullshit. Cayenne plant I showed maybe a month ago or something was on its deathbed, was toast. I don't know if it was nutrient locked or what the fuck ever, but it's totally fine now. It got stunted, so it probably won't be a huge tall plant, but it'll start producing quick, which is cool with me. This one kind of got a little stunted too, but it's popping now. Serrano, the habanero never came up twice now, so I don't know. I might try to germinate one more time. But peppers is where it's at, man. Peppers is where it's at. If you want to talk about, the uses. Damn, look at that shit. Hold up. So we had a tornado hit our community, basically our road, the one road we live on live on the peninsula. We're like closest to like the main highway on the peninsula. We're not all the way on the fingertip or the whatever anybody would call it, the glove tip or whatever. You know what I mean? There's people out there that got totally annihilated. So just not even far from us. Um, the resort. Anybody remember the resort that we worked at for 3 years? That shit's gone. So, um, you know, crazy. The only thing is that like I said, and I mean it, is that nobody got hurt. Well, there was injuries, but nobody got killed over here. Across the lake, I think a lady got killed, and then over like a county over the county next to us, a boy got killed, like a 12-year-old boy, and I think somebody else. So it's just crazy how them things can fucking drop down. We got the warnings. We really had nowhere to go. So thank God. Um, some bullshit. It was bad, bad, bad. I've been out here for 4 years and it was fucking bad. Fucking tops of the trees were coming off. The rain and the hail was just fucking terrifying, yo. I mean, fucking terrifying. The shit was so fucking scary. So, next kind of two big purchases is going to be the well. And obviously, that's what we're working on, especially before the election. The well and a shelter, even a step-in shelter. I seen them. I got customers who have them. They're kind of inexpensive. You put them like in a hill, and at least you got somewhere. We know the weather's gonna be bad or something like that. That shit dropped on us at 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning, if we had a shelter, we would have fucking got out of there and ran to the shelter and got in, and it just would have been cool, So we didn't even have that option. Got a fucking big old hole dug out back and was thinking about jumping in it, and even then, I mean, it's fucking just. You try to prep for so much shit, and when you are that person who doesn't have their shit together when crisis hits, you better buckle down, man, and just man up. And I mean, obviously pray your ass off, but fuck, had the go bag, was ready to fucking run like motherfuckers, but no tornado sirens. You can't even hear the tornado sirens over here. So we couldn't be warned. The only thing is all our phones were going off like fucking seek shelter now. It's just fucking dumb, man. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And I swear I won't let it happen again. Fool me once, you know. So that shit was fucking wild. Baby slept through the whole thing. Fucking trooper. So I don't know, man. I just hope everybody's doing good out there. I was gonna jump in here. Fucking state of our country. If you're American flag, if you even have one, which is odd for me, like I said in the beginning, I don't have any American flags. You know why? I'm not gonna say I don't have one American flag sticker on something tiny or something like that. I do, fishing stuff, but that motherfucker will be upside down. That's why I don't have it, because I know, because I'm gonna flip it upside down, and somebody's gonna want to come fucking talk about something. It's like, motherfucker, you better not talk about nothing. You better fucking check yourself and put your flag upside down too, or fucking go to put your head back up your ass, whatever. I don't really care. I don't really give a fuck. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I'm tired of motherfuckers. So tired of motherfuckers. So do what you can do, man. Bunch of chickens in a tiny garden, and all of a sudden I got grass, and it's more like weeds and little tiny trees, but when you mow it all down, it's like all nice grass. So keep your gates locked. if you haven't made that move, man, I don't know that you're placing yourself in the best position for your family. You know, if you don't have no family and you're willy nilly and you're Bruce Willis, I guess it's not really a big deal. But yo, them motherfuckers are wild. Like I said, I hit points in this chat. They're gonna put fucking child porn on your shit, send you off to prison to get killed, or they're gonna fucking put a piece of tape over your doorbell, no knock your shit at 4 a.m., shoot you in the dome in front of your wife, and the fucking director is gonna go to the Capitol and they're gonna say, why did you do X, Y, Z? And he's gonna say, hey, we have an independent investigation underway, and like it's independent, so you like we're not doing nothing corrupt, and it's ongoing, so I can't even answer no questions. It's wild, wild. So I don't know, man. I guess people have to remain positive and remain strong, and put your storm shelter in for the storm coming, because that shit sucks getting caught butt naked like that. Uh, Could have got blown away in the storm. So hope everybody's doing good out there. Morale's super duper high here. Everything's fucking really fabulous. The birds are singing in the woods. I'm over here mowing, having some cervezas, you know, chilling, thinking about all the good people out there that I know that are always on these things and always end up watching these things later. Love you, motherfuckers. Cheers. Let's do it again sometime. I mean, just is what it is. Shit sucks. As long as you're aware of what happened yesterday and stop fucking trying to put yourself on a third team, because I'm not sure there's any third team right now. You're fucking, I think it was Cat Williams. Cat Williams put out the realest interview that I've ever seen from a motherfucker. And if you're like some like whatever head up your ass, watch the Cat Williams interview with Shannon Sharp. Watch that interview. That is the realest interview probably from a man ever. You know, that shit is so fucking real. I think somewhere in there, I know in there somewhere he said something like, airplanes might be flying over you, taking pictures. No, he didn't say that. He said there's only two sides. There's God's side and there's the other side, and that's just it. You know, like I'm so tired of motherfuckers. You know, don't try to like hold something against me like I hated Trump or something like that, motherfucker. It's that he obviously didn't see how fucked up shit was. Now he says he does, whatever, but the point is you just can't do that kind of shit. You can't turn America into a banana republic. Just like you can't rig the election. You can't do those two, because then you don't have a country. So you can't do those two, and they did those two. So like, if they're willing to basically destroy the whole country to make sure they don't lose power, how far do you think that they would go? So I'll leave you with that to chew on. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. We're supposed to get more storms here, but hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. Usually gets kind of crazy over here. I'm not gonna lie, but it never gets that crazy, and it never gets that crazy at 4 fucking a.m. So keep morale high, shipmates. I'm out. Peace.